Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good evening. Sean Higgs coming at you here. It is late night money, a little look ahead lines on a Saturday morning, Friday night, depending on where you are. Welcome on into the show. Pop it in. Good to see who's ever here. I haven't hit the comments yet, but I don't know. It says there's a couple people watching. Look at this already. Is that my guy Dennis checking in on Facebook? Dennis O'Brien with the Facebook like. Appreciate it. And if you're on YouTube, winning free picks, Sean Higgs, be sure to hit the like button and follow. Follow both channels. Just because I do a little more live stuff on Sean Higgs, because apparently the lives are not good for channels. Whatever. All right, let's do a little recap. Go through the games tomorrow. Got to send out Dave. I was just on picks from Dave with those guys, and Dave said he'd pop on. So I'll send him a link, and we'll be on our way. Props today. 1-4. We dropped both in the Yankees. Gleber, nothing. Volpe, nothing. Yanks don't do anything, although I just had two props. 0-2 there. The Brave prop, we do catch the Travis Denard one, 12-17 plus 255. It's all right. We'll take a little bit of money there. And currently we are 2-1. Both team totals, Dodgers and the Braves both get there. Drop the Natties total over, did not get there. So presently we are up $1 heading into Angels run line plus 185. Let's be honest. It'll be a 2-2 night, 16-12. Nothing lost with the VIG because the Dodgers are a plus 110 there. We lost a 110 on the Nats over. So 16-12. The 450 stays the same. Hockey 20-20 plus 50. We'll have a hockey game. My guy Mel said, listen, take the Kings. You want to be a winner tomorrow. So you know what? We'll take the Kings, Mel. NBA 43-38 didn't have any action today. Plus 345. Again, I said I was going to lay low in the association. But let's get – I was going to say I got tweet out. I didn't even tweet out any plays. There's nothing tonight. We just kind of run down everything. All right, so look at lines. We're going to hit every baseball game. Possibly some changes in the lines. We'll go through each and every one, see where we're at. Podcast form available if you're in the podcast world. Let's get to the chat real fast, and then I'll get to the games, and then we'll be on our way for tonight. Michael Amato's in house. What's good tonight, my guy? Nothing. Just I went 1-1 in my two games on the sites. I had Baltimore and the Reds 1-1. So we are 24-15. Still, I mean, not a bad number, 61% or whatever it is, but I'll take it. I'm not complaining about 24-15, 25-14, whatever we are. Michael, a team total over, never in doubt. Yeah, never. Braves never in doubt, dude. I saw Strider. Someone said Strider MRI. Yikes. Braves total, game over, never in doubt. Yes. Nick Nasty, Cubbies money line hit the like button. Thank you for hitting the like button, Nick Nasty. We love Godzilla. Go Godzilla. Hope you had a good day as well. I got to send you the link, Dave. I will send you the link. Thanks, Michael. I did. Winner. Michael Mons says Dodgers at second and third with 2 outs on the first. Barely got alive. Bet Dodgers team total 4.5. 30 seconds later, Dodgers got first runs. Yeah, I entered on a live. It was 9-7. It was the 8th inning. I'm like, we got top of the order. I tried to get over 60.5 loser. Dodgers win, Kansas on my Phillies. Nats over loss. Then I crushed with the Braves in the 9th. We'll take it. Just was saying word on a survey determined the Carbon Footprint for Wednesday Conference Tournament realignment. Was that the conversation after I got booted out of the show? I got a text like, "Hey man, you're banned again." I was suspended from us. I'm doing a show just next thing you know. That's it. I got no power. Internet goes out, and took a while for the systems reboot for Infinity. Terrible Infinity. Terrible. Let me send Dave a link. He wants to pop on tonight. And we're going to run through the games. See if Dave has anything to say about the games. I'll tell you what I think about the games. Oakland Tigers. I said today I was leaning Oakland. I want to take the $2. I ended up going run line. Was it Bill McDonald? I forgot who it was. I should have wrote it down and given them their proper due. Oakland run line plus 1.5. Winner. We'll take it. This was a 160 earlier and an 8. I'm seeing now a 145, anywhere from 160 to a 170 on this number. So it did come down a little bit. Blackburn, Maeda. Again, I might lean again here to the A's run line. And do I want to bet this? No, I don't want to bet this. Today was a spot. Detroit offered doubleheader, an afternoon doubleheader, 7 relief pitchers used, and then you jump into a day game 1 o'clock home opener. Yeah, I'll probably pass on this one. Probably a pass. Smash or pass. We are passing. No smashing this. Cleveland and the Twinkies. Cookie Carrasco, Joe Ryan. I like Joe Ryan a lot. Not a Cookie Carrasco guy. This was 145 and 160. Basically hitting the same numbers. Total up to 8.5. Interesting there. I guess, are they thinking Cleveland gets hit? Because I think Joe Ryan's a solid arm. This is the top of my food chain at the 160 range. I'm going to have to say run line plus a 125 piece. And look at this handsome man coming into the show. Look at this.
Handsome. Jeez Louise.
Look at this guy. Picks from Dave, folks. If you don't know Picks from Dave, follow Picks from Dave on Twitter, Picks from Dave. And he has a YouTube channel as well. With the Earls, they do their nerd talk. I don't know why I get invited to nerd talk. That's something I was never called. But my wife says I have a pea-sized brain rolling down a 12-lane highway. So that's my big nerdishness. Any thoughts on Cleveland Twins tomorrow, Dave? I would say run line minus 125 here. I have not bet it. I'm really not that interested in this matchup.
I'm just popping it open. Cookie Carrasco or Minnesota minus 165 next. Get out of here.
I can't do 165. Wait, that's the top of my food chain.
135. Yeah.
That's as high as I go, but I don't trust the Minnesota lineup. I don't like the lineup.
Well, cookies.
Marlins and the Cardinals. Again, let's check out the up to the minute line. Basically the same 130-ish, 131s out there, 145s, 8.5s. So no movement since this afternoon. It is Rogers and Mats. Do I want to jump on a team that is winless on the year? No. 0-8. Not where I want to be. I wish this was at a one. I said this today on Midday Money, Dave. If this was like 155, anything up in that range, I'd probably take the Marlins because you get to a point where you're going to kind of break through and get a win, right? And it's got to be worth a shot from here. I don't love Mats. So I'd say 150, 155, I take them. 130, it's got to be it's a no-go for me here.
Yeah. Here's the deal. You play the game of, okay, and this is their due. And what I mean by their due is bucking a trend. They haven't won a game. They're going to eventually win a game, but how often have you lost money saying this is the game? This is the game. I think Marlins game, and by the way, what makes it worse is Trevor Rogers, my brother from another mother, is a fade pitcher for me. I just seem to fade him and it works out. But I'm staying away from a team. I'm staying away from winless teams right now because you just, especially 9 games, 10 games, how long can it go? But you can't bet them. I don't think you can bet them.
You know, he was hurt last year, 4 starts.
Yeah.
Came back. Not terrible. I mean, four runs in 5 innings,
okay,
7 hits. He had 6 Ks and 4 walks. He was a little erratic in his first start back, which you'd expect for a guy who hasn't pitched much in the last 3 years. You know, he hasn't, he's been hurt the last 2 years. So, it's one of those spots where I'm like you. You don't say teams are due, right? I say that. We hope in one hand, poop in the other, see what one fills up first.
Yep.
If it was a better number, I would say, all right, at 150. At 130, I cannot pull the trigger on this. You know what it is? We saw again today with the Marlins, the bullpen. The bullpen, he could go out and have a great game. He struck out 6 in 5 innings, gave up a couple hits. Say they don't get a couple hits. He gives up 2 hits and 3 runs, and it's 3-3. But then the bullpen comes up and gives up a 5 spot. I can't trust him, and 130 is not worth it in my book. Philadelphia taking on the Natties. I gotta say, Suarez, Jake Irvin. Irvin's not a pitcher I love. 170. Actually, I see a 175, but basically 170s everywhere here, and a 9. Do you make a case? You say, hey, let's take the Natties. Do you like the Natties with Irvin, or you just go back to an overplay on this one? Maybe a team total, one of the clubs?
Yeah, so I had the over today. Here's the thing about this, and it was a video breakdown too. Granted, Patrick Corbin was there. We had to try to find a way to fade him, and all the numbers stunk, so we just took the over. Philly's bullpen, and I'm not sure if that's after today is going to be true. Second worst ERA the first week of the season, so they've given up runs. Ranger Suarez is no Aaron Nola. The Nationals are the Nationals, but the Nationals also up until today were above average in a lot of hitting statistics. So again, small sample size, but today, I mean, absolutely horrible. They didn't contribute at all. I'd only bet in this game, and in fact, I'm going to look at it as the over. I'm not betting the side here, but
Yeah,
yeah.
I would say agreed. Dodgers, Cubbies, 190. I put the run line in here because this is a monster number. It just came up here. Minus 115 run line. Total of 8. Do you just keep coming back here? Wicks, Yamamoto. Do we just do a Dodgers team total over? And I got to say, one of your favorite fans, Mr. Numbers, a little guy that's coming in comments. He's 10-0, and Mr. Numbers is funny. I love anybody talks about themselves in the third person. He's been betting Dodgers over 3.5 plate appearances first inning. He's cashed all 10. It's perfect. I mean, I guess it's easy to do when you got Mookie hitting 680 and Freeman hitting 444. He's been doing that. I don't have that to bet that one, but I mean, the Dodgers 4.5. If it's another, how do they keep giving 4.5? That plus money was plus money today.
Look, I mean, here's the thing about jumping on a train. So everyone the Dodgers were the talk of the town preseason. How are we going to bet them? Oh, they're going to smash. We bet their future. They're right here. This is what we said. Sean and I were on the same thing. Money line's going to be unbettable. Run lines, even the run line, like minus 115, you're going to be laying juice. We're talking about the team total being up at 5.5 by now, but no, today we got 4.5 at plus money. It's 10 games, 10 team total overs. Dave has been on every single one. I'm not stopping. I'm going to take 3 games. If I lose 3 in a row, I'm off. But it's going to take a team that scores 9 runs to beat the Dodgers, like it happened today. That's what it's going to take.
Next up, the O's Pirates. I had the O's today. Grace Rodriguez. I have some Cy Young futures. I love that guy. I think he's came on strong second half. You thought of young stud. But we get little Wells versus Falter today. I got 125 here. I'm seeing 135s now. So up a bit. Total 8.5. Hasn't moved. I'm not a huge Wells guy, and Bailey Falter. I don't know. I as long as it's not a blizzard snowstorm today, do I just come and take a Oriole over 8.5? Maybe a team total over here against the lefty. I know that you have trouble versus lefties. My guy Miz would come in the comments say, "I'm an O's guy. I live in a DMV here. They're not that good versus lefties." But I don't know. Falter's not a tough lefty, and I like the lineup. I don't know what to do with this one. Looks a little. Again, I have 125. This was from 6 hours ago. It's 135 now.
So in this game, let me tell you a little bit. Well, first of all, the Pirates, I usually look for dogs. I've actually, in the beginning of the season, the Pirates are really the only ones that have been hitting. I've been betting a lot of favorites and hitting, which is crazy. But Bailey Falter was one of the top worst, 10 worst top bottom 10 least profitable first 5 money line pitchers. So if you bet the Phillies or the Pirates or whichever team that he played with last year, every game, first 5, you would have lost 7 units. He's not good. He's not a good pitcher. Off of that, I would have blindly taken this bet up to minus 135, first 5 on the Orioles. I need to look into it, but just know Bailey Falter is not good.
Speaking of not good, New York Mets somehow pulled out a 3-2 win today. Reds bullpen doing their thing, giving up 2 runs late. I had the Reds today, minus 118. They're a plus 10. I see a 105 out there. A little buyback on Sevy versus Nick Martinez and the Reds. This line is actually total at a 9 now. A 9, which kind of worries me because Sevy's working back from an injury. I don't like to really back guys like that. And Nick Martinez is not a hi. I'm going to pitch to a 3.23 ERA on the season. So uh, for intention purposes, this is a 9. To me, this is just a pass all around. Maybe I'll jump on a Tyler Stevenson. I like him. Maybe if he's batting 8th again at a plus 205 Ribby prop. But otherwise, this will be a pass for me. I don't want to get involved with Severino.
Yeah, I'm with you. Hard pass, especially with the Mets. I mean, I'd look at these pitchers and say, "Oh, this isn't over." But the Mets have
They're not
they
hitting.
average like 2.5 runs a game. They're anemic. The Mets are bet. There's got to be a good reason for me to be betting a Mets game. It's probably going to be against them, and you're not going to get good lines. And the Reds are just fine, but there's better spots. I'm off it. I'm not going to even think about it.
Here's a better spot. I like Gausman tomorrow. I'm getting a Cy Young kind of candidate. Even money. Yanks small fave here. It makes sense. They're on the road, and last year these guys started with him pitching. They weren't even winning games with him. He's giving up like 2 runs. He can't get any run support. They're not hitting yet this year. I mean, even today's game, they low scoring game. So as much as I like it, I'll take it. And if I lose at a minus 102 or whatever it is, so be it. I got the better pitcher. And again, we hate hoping on one hand, pooping the other for something to break out. But you think a bunch of 9 major league hitters would eventually, can I get 4 of them to hit at one time to drive some runs across the plate? And Clark Schmidt, okay, he's all right, but come on, Toronto. It's time, as I say, shit or get off the pot with this team. It's this team, you're not in second place by the All-Star break. I think you got to trade Bichette and Vladdy and Gausman and Bissett and just blow it up and start over again. I mean, this is 3 years now of incompetence.
Yeah, it's the funny thing is we talked a couple years ago with Terry about his team. Always a good roster on paper, never performing. Gausman is a top 5 pitcher in the MLB. I'm convinced of that now. And this is a good spot for. I mean, you're getting Schmidt. You're getting it's a good spot. It's a break. It's a even money game or what am I looking for? And it's even money. A pick 'em. That's the word I was looking for. It's a pick 'em. The problem is it's the Blue Jays. I also about the hope thing. The Yankees aren't this good to me. I know you're a Yankees fan. Maybe they are. I don't think they're as good as they've been. I also don't think the Blue Jays are as bad as they've proven. Do we bet this game? I don't know, but the price is really good for Gausman. I mean,
listen, I'm a Yank fan. I'm a fair Yank fan. You hear me talk about it. I'm not a huge Jeter guy. The pitching, I like the under to start the year. I thought you were going to get Snell. I went to an over. He didn't go. I bought out and went back on the under. The pitching's not that good, and the lineup. You could be excited. Volpe might be a stud. He could be the second coming Jeter, maybe, or that's a tough ask to say. There's going to be something like that, but he's supposed to be really good.
Yeah.
Gleber, maybe he's in his prime. Maybe he breaks out. I got Judge, who's kind of an injury-prone kind of guy. Stanton is terrible. Rizzo's way on the other side of the good side of 30. Mm-hmm. I got Soto, who likes to walk more than hit. LeMahieu's not playing. What else do we got here, folks? What do we got? Alex Verdugo? Trevino was an all-star because there's no catchers. The Yankees got some issues. And Toronto, I think, has a better lineup, believe it or not. I mean, okay, Soto and Judge. Yeah. All right. I'm with you. Give me the Jays here. If it loses, so be it. I'll go with a better pitcher. And actually, I hate, and we'll talk about a game coming up a little bit. Because I planned this out thinking Yanks win 3-1 in game 1. Here comes the ace in the next game for the Jays. Stop the bleeding. They win the game 2-0 or whatever. But now that's reversed. Now, the sky's falling on the Yankees. Hey, maybe you got a little lucky. Houston's got, and I'm going to roll right into them. Houston's bullpen. This is another team with a questionable pitching staff for my liking. And you saw them get shelled today. It's a pick 'em again versus Rangers. JP France and Gray. I like France. I like Hunter Brown. Nice young guys. Got tired at the end of the season. How are you going to start here? You're not hitting too much. Ranger lineup seem to be hitting. I like the Rangers today. I like the Rangers again tomorrow here.
I'm off this game. Both of how these teams are doing is exactly the opposite of how I predicted. I think the
Really?
Rangers would fall. Yeah, I thought the Rangers would kind of fall off. Granted, it's only 10, we're barely into the season.
Yeah, the weekend.
The Astros are showing some issue. Now, granted, I don't think there's any way they keep going at this pace, but they're not the Astros that we know. They had one game where they scored 10 runs, but every other game they're struggling.
No offense.
Yeah, which is crazy for that team. Stay away. I'm perplexed by both of these teams, and this pitching matchup isn't good. I mean,
it's not something I love. I mean, I lean the Rangers because they're hitting. You know,
yeah.
you're gonna give me the champs at home, a team they obviously hate each other. Obviously, Astros are king of the state, even though these guys just won a World Series.
Yep.
Astros still run Texas, but I'd lean Rangers there. Here's some putridness: Chris Flexen and Michael Wacha. The White Sox. I mean, I had Royals run line today. I grabbed a little bit for myself. Like, let's see who's playing today. I like Bobby Witt. Let's go a little run line. Yeah, 2-1 game. Who saw that coming? Flexen and Wacha. This is actually I see 185, but a lot of 175s here. And 8.5. I can't lay a 190. That is not coming out of my mouth to lay 190 with Michael Wacha. I don't care if this was like prime Michael Wacha when he was healthy and pitching to like a 16-6 record for the Cardinals with a 3.28 ERA or whatever hell he had in his career year. I don't want a run line. Even money run line's not worth it for me. This is a stay away. This is no thank you. I don't even want my Vinny P home run prop. I do nothing in this game. I don't like Chris Flexen, but I can with this game. And I'm a KC over season ticket. I got over their wins. Just get the wins for me. I'm not betting you here.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be looking at this game. The problem is I was on it and off it and on it. I was on the White Sox team total under yesterday. I would have hit today. They're averaging around 2 runs a game. It kind of doesn't. And Waka's the problem because Wacha is hit or miss with me. But it's almost like in college football, and people are like, oh, these MAC games always go over. No, there's half or more of the teams the games are going under. You want to know why? Their defense is bad, but their offense is worse. It doesn't matter who's pitching. If you can't hit, you can't hit. So the White Sox, I'm looking at the team total the White Sox team total under. If it's a 3.5 at -115 or less, I'm taking it.
Yeah. We have young pitching matchup here. Seattle Brewers, nice little game today. Brewers early lead. Mariners tied up, and then we have like walking guys in with bases loaded. Miller and Hall, 2 youngsters. One. Well, I didn't flip it. The screen here. 105, 115. Basically another pick'em type of an affair. This is another spot, man. I lean to the Brewers today. I would lean here. Seattle to me is just. I don't say they're not hitting because they put up 5, but they're always in these kind of games where they're not catching a break. It looks like, right? They're losing 5-3. They're winning 4-3. It's they're 3-5. They could be 5-3. They had the weird games versus Sox. Brewers, what 5-1, 6-1 now? I want to go Brewers, but I don't know if I trust. I mean, the youngster's all right. Hall, he was a big guy for the Orioles. Came over in the Burns deal. Lefty. Nothing for me on this one.
Brewers are playing next. I don't bet for. I'll tell you this right now. Literally every year, I'll find 1 or 2 spots to bet a Brewers game against them, for them, whatever. Just looking at the pitching and early in the season, I'm not even next. Just not even looking at it.
Now I grab P. I told people yesterday I'm grabbing P. Fatty. I think I said it on Thursday. I said, give me P. Fatty against Fried coming back. Another guy. I don't like guys. Injury season's coming back. It's early. I mean, Atlanta could be 90 degrees tomorrow. I have no idea. But it's not a spot where this guy's going to go 5, 6, 7 innings and strike out 10. He's good when he's healthy. I can't see them risking it, especially now. What do we have? The news in your chat. Someone said that Strider had to go for an MRI.
Yeah,
He's scheduled for an MRI. You think they want this guy going down next? Listen, give me the 195. Arizona is a feisty bunch, man. The lineup, I liked their lineup 2 years ago. Tim was in here with me back then, and he's like, Arizona for the division. I said, well, I can't give out the Padres. Everybody's hype on the Padres back then. It was still the Dodgers. Padres decided a bunch of guys said, give me Arizona. I got Gallen. I got Kelly. Can I get another third pitcher? They never got a third pitcher. Last year, P. Fatty came into the playoffs, had a nice little run. I like him. I like B. Fatty. and I like the lineup. I'm going to say 195 here, 190. Give me the D-backs. Fried is not going long here. He's not going to. They can't. Strider's out there. You got Chris Sale's a problem health wise. Charlie Morton. What are you doing here?
Problem is, they have a decent, actually have a really good bullpen. The Braves. But here's the thing with people.
Hold on, real fast with that. Yeah, good bullpen. The Astros had a good bullpen last year too, but it was burnt out by July, and it cost them at the end of the season.
Yeah, no, you're right. That news, especially with Spencer Strider, is going to be a question mark. But in this game, you call him P Fatty, I call him Pafart, and here's why. We talked about that list of bottom 10 pitchers money line that lost you the most money. Up until Pafart did so well in the playoffs, Pafart would have lost you over 10 units last year if you bet his team first 5. I faded him the first game. That was a bad decision. Here's what we're doing. You are what you are on your baseball, on how you are. Okay. It's hard to change. And granted, it was only 1 year. So I'm watching this game. If he has a bad game, I'm fading him right away. I'm fading because he's going back to it. If he has a good game or a decent game, he might have just had a bad regular season and found his spot in the postseason. But Pafart made me money. He bent over and Pafarted dollar bills. So
he was terrible during regular season.
Oh, it's horrible.
But maybe that's maybe what he needed. That's what they were expecting when he came up.
Yep, maybe.
Rays Rockies. Oh boy. I saw somebody post like, oh my goodness, Rays. How about having an under 12.5? It's 8-0 or what? It's 8 runs right
I had
on
it
top
too.
of 9. Oh my goodness.
3 outs and they had to score 4 runs to tie it. They tie it and it explodes. And I don't want to interrupt you, but when you have the Rockies flying home after a road trip, their bodies have to adjust too, even though they live there. With the other team, the first game of the Rockies and the other team coming back to Denver is a thing. Bet it every time.
I mean, I didn't have that because the line was like 160, 170. So I'm like, I definitely don't want the Rays. I'm not interested in the Rockies at all. It was just a pass. Again, here I got Alexander and Ryan Feltner. I mean, I after yesterday, you got to say over. Or is it just the bullpens? I mean, who are these two cats pitching? Who are these two guys?
They're garbage. But here's the thing, too. The Rockies seem kind of hit or miss. It was great tonight, but their bats were dead for the first 3, 4, 5 games. This is just abort.
Terrible. Padres and the Giants. Our guy Michael B, he's a Giant guy. He's like, hey, I'm going to the game tonight. I'm going to take Padres run line for like plus 160. He's like, they put up a lot of runs their first series last week. And this was low scoring game. It was like 2-1, 3-2, whatever it was. I don't, it's definitely not an over. And we got King and Wynn going tomorrow. It's basically another pick 'em kind of affair. Lines are basically the same, maybe minus 105, minus 105s as opposed to whatever. Total's still 8. I got no real feel on this one. Again, the 2 pitchers I'm not really in love with. I kind of lean San Diego. I like their lineup a little better. Do they bounce back after the loss? I don't know. I'm not going to pay to find out either. I'd rather just watch it for free.
This is an 8. If this was a 7, if this is a 7.5, I'd bet the over. These pitchers are bad. This is what's funny. These two teams, weird things happen when these two teams play. And I guess I have to go back and look. I can't tell you how many times I bet the under the past season or two, and these teams just went fucking ape shit against each other. So 2 bad pitchers. If I'm getting a 7.5, I'd look into an under. Who wins the game? I don't know. It's a pick 'em and who cares?
Yep. Whitlock and Detmers, Red Sox, all tied up 5-5 right now with the Angels. Another pick 'em here. I'm a Reed Detmers guy. So I had the Angels today. I said in the chat, here's a free pick. Let's roll out Angels run line plus 185. Who knows what's going to happen there? I'm going to come back with Reed Detmers because I like Reed Detmers.
I'm an Angels fan and I don't like Reed Detmers. And here's what's funny is I should like him because he's pitched better. But 2 years ago when he pitched, who does this?
Really good.
Who does this? He pitches a no-hitter and then 2 weeks later he gets reassigned to AAA or AA.
Was that last year?
I think it was, or the year before. Either way, this is how much I don't care about my Angels most of the time. I'd say, I mean, this is tough considering what's happened. I'd say maybe a first what's the total at? 8.5. If you can get a 4.5 first 5 under, maybe that might be it. And that's just me. That's just my distrust of the Angels lineup. Even though they have 5 runs now, but I could see it be 4, like it was today, 4-0 in the 5th inning. I think that's the only play here for me would be the first 5 total, first 5 under.
So I like Reed Detmers. I feel like the Angels, and you could attest if you're an Angel fan. Most teams, when they get a good run or go on a World Series run or just a playoff run, they have some pitcher comes in, has a monster year, and the Angels have not had that since like Scott Shields in like 2004 or something, right? Like no one's come in and have like Sandoval had a nice little season. Like there's no one. Canning's a young guy, supposed to be good. Demers,
It's
his
Bartolo Colon in 2000,
you know
whatever
what
it
I'm saying?
was.
Yeah, but he was expected. But I mean, when are you going to have a guy develop and become good? So he came up in 2021, 5 starts. Let's just write that off. 5 starts, 25 games, 7-6, 3.77, and that's when he had his complete game no hitter shutout. That was his rookie year, 2022.
Yep.
So 25 starts, whatever reason they sent him down to the minors, probably kind of contract wise. Let's be honest. It was probably like, oh, you got too many starts here. The next year he made 28 starts. He goes 4-10 with a 4.48 ERA. So the ERA goes up a little bit. 40 more strikeouts though. I mean, not bad. The walks were a little higher, obviously. He gave up some more runs. Not a bad season for a sophomore campaign. Like some guys, forget about the record, because if you're not going to give credit to a guy who goes 19-9, it doesn't count. Don't get mad at a pitcher as a sub record like Felix Hernandez had a 12-10 record, won a Cy Young some nonsense because you're on a bad team. The team's bad. 4.40 ERA in today's baseball, I don't think it's terrible considering you got a lot of guys who have power. I don't know. I could be wrong. People think it's high. You're on a sub 500 team, and as a sophomore, second year player, I don't think it's terrible. Good first start, 5 innings, 2 hits, 7 Ks. I don't know, man. I like Reed Detmers. I'm high on the guy. So
the problem with there's so many problems with this game. So is Reed Detmers a guy that you want to take in a pick'em, or a guy that you're getting value with plus money? I actually lean the latter, but also you got to look at why this line is a pick'em too. You have both of these teams that I think are playing above expected value. Although I will say that the Angels are crap. We're talking about their lineup. Their second best batter is Brandon Drury, who isn't bad, but he should be your 6th or 7th. And then the Red Sox. I think the Red Sox are supposed to be on a way down year. I think they got getting a little bit of disrespect, but it's just these two teams at a pick'em both have winning records, and these two pitchers. I guess I don't know. I don't know. It's an I don't know, which means I probably won't bet it.
I'm seeing a little bit up to about a 115 now here on Demers. I would, again, at home, if I'm getting a guy who I think is the better pitcher, and Whitlock's, again, he's for the Red Sox what I think Demers is for LA. He was a young guy, supposed to be good.
Yeah.
Kind of building the second year, third year, putting it together. He had a nice first start as well. I don't know. I like Demers. I lean that way.
Or nothing in that game. First 5 under or nothing.
Plenty of comments. Let's see what we got in the chat. 38. We got a 38 piece in the chat.
All right.
Let's go all the way. I got to scroll all the way up to the top here. And where do we go here? Where was the last one? Jesse Shu was asking about carbon footprints of the Pac-12. Cal going to NC State for travel. How would that affect their carbon footprint? Mike Lai says, G-Rod getting it done. Yeah, Grayson Rodriguez. You missed out on it. Come on, man, Mike. I've said this from day one. Cy Young for this guy. I'm hoping for like a 19-8 season and Cy Young. UConn girls got robbed by a call, says Nick Nancy. I did not watch the UConn girls play. Listen. We were in Dave's chat today. We were talking about AOL. I remember being in AOL chat rooms in the 90s and saying things like, UConn, where men are men and the women win championships. And now UConn, since I posted that, I think they beat Duke that year in 2000, and they've just rolled to, 5 national titles since then or something ridiculous.
We missed an under in that game. We missed it.
Fernando says, A's first 5 tomorrow. Wow. Okay. That's a big baller play right there. You want to go out on a limb with a little Paul Blackburn first 5 A's?
I mean, yeah. Kenta Maeda is a good pitcher, and Paul Blackburn, to me, if you look at his baseball card, He's a average to below average. His WHIP is over 130 career. His ERA is 4.5. People like him because he's the best pitcher on a shitty team.
Yes.
Tintomatt is a good pitcher. What's
Jess
up?
is still
Jess?
saying hi to Dave. Jess, if you're still here, I heard you're meeting Jeff. Jeff was saying you're going to maybe meet him in Vietnam or going to ride together in a rickshaw to Thailand. What's going on?
Exchange some dong.
Exchanging some dong. If you don't know what a dong is, you got to look up what Vietnamese dong is.
Yeah, look up Vietnamese dong, and actually maybe don't look that up. But
yes, let's be honest. It's the money's over there.
Currency, the currency. But
I have. You know, it's funny we're talking about it. I actually have one here in front of me. I have one. I have a Mat Ning Dong for 1,000. There you go, and it's a real one. We'll see. That's why I like to waste money on. When I'm not buying jars of mayonnaise, I'm buying foreign currency. Nick Nasty likes the Guardians tomorrow against the Twinkies with Cookie Carrasco.
Good luck.
You've heard our spiel on Cookie. No, thank you. We said this, Mike. We're just thinking Dodger team totals over until they adjust it up to 5.5s.
I don't hate the if you're not comfortable with that. Would the Cubs contribute a couple runs? That's not bad. Day game, right? Day game.
A 4 o'clock game.
Yeah, day game.
And you saw Yamamoto give up runs one time. So I mean, the Cubs could hit. I like the Cubs lineup.
Yeah,
they got 9 today.
Didn't they beat the shit out of the Rockies too a couple games ago?
The Cubs?
Yeah, I think so. Was it the Cubs? I can't remember.
Yeah, yeah, they did play.
Yeah.
He says, Siggy and David hit 2 parlays, one a 4-teamer and a 3-teamer, a nickel and a dime. I
like it.
Take the money, Nathan. Take the money. Julian's in the house. I met Julian out at the Pubapalooza.
Oh, yeah, he was down there. Saw him on the video. Yeah.
Julian, I'm gonna put you out there. I looked up your history. I saw you did an iCarly episode. I was very impressed.
Wow.
Yeah. I liked iCarly, even though Dan Schneider's a freak. It was a funny show.
Well, I don't know if your kids were watching. So my niece is 22, but in the first 10 years of the decade, that was a big show, and she was 6, 7, 8. She watched it every day.
Listen, I think Spencer was funny. He was funny. And again, you don't know if somebody's funny or is it the writers making him funny, but you have to bring a little bit of element to the show yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I wonder what this guy, he had nothing. He was doing some kind of podcast from his front porch or something. Like, really? That's what I do. That's what I do, Spencer. Yeah. That's what I do, Spencer. You can do better than that. Yeah. Cards money line tomorrow, says our guy Julian. Again, this is a winless Marlins squad. I get it. Keep going against them, but I mean, there's really no buts. What are we going to do? It's a 140, 145. It's not a terrible number for a team that hasn't won a game.
Well, that's what's kind of scary about it.
Every night, Julian, every night, late night, I run it back. And Dave does it on the weekends. Well, he's more live during it. If I come on a show, I always jump in and say, hey, I got this tomorrow, where they're just talking live stuff. But
yeah.
Every night for me, baseball. That's it. Look at lines, baby. Mike Lay says, O's team total over 4.5 or is Bailey Falter? I'll take exactly. It's Bailey Falter.
Yep.
I used to, when he was on the Twins, I called him Bailey Over. Or no, that's Bailey Ober. It's his name.
Over. It's over, yeah.
Over.
But Falter is bad too. Falter is a fade.
Nathan, after he hits 2 parlays, picked up $2 in poker.
$700. I can't. I mean, that's make that in a day at work, wherever you work. Go. Come on.
I say this, Dave. I don't know if you heard me say this before, but people in the chat like betting. I told them, and someone told me this at a craps table back in '95, and it's taken a long time. Even today, I still have, you got to think about it. Be happy with a day's pay. Like most people, I'm guessing, have other kind of jobs besides betting on sports. Right. But they want like a quick, easy, let's make a ton of money and think they'll retire. $700 today. Is that what you make a day? Don't be happy with a day's pay, people. Whether you're winning $1.15. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that's a great day. And someone's gonna say, oh, that's nothing. That's a unit for me.
Well, no. Well, here's the deal, guys. And I saw this, and this is good too, because this is just from I haven't been in the sports betting as long. I'm about 10 years, but I've been gambling I'm 40, since I was 17 years old, actually 15 years old on a cruise. And I can tell you that there's this gambler that I watch on YouTube that said if you go in with $1,000 and you win $300 or $400, most people are either wanting to win 5 grand or losing it all. But he goes in there with 100,000. He's a big guy and he wins like 75,000. Then if he loses 20, he just won $50,000. So $300, $400, unless you're really like a doctor or a really high paying job, that's a lot of money in a day. Be happy with it. Sports betting. Don't go bet shit at night. Don't bet the stuff overnight unless it's for like 25 bucks. I'm just advice. Take your wins.
Really, it's the best thing I got. Be happy with it. I was playing craps and I was doing good. He's like, "What are you trying to get?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. Maybe I'll go run for like 10, 15 grand." He's like, "What do you make
No.
a week?" I was making like $300 a week back. This is like 1995. I'm like,
Yeah.
he's like, "You got a month plus salary on the table. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Be happy with a day's pay. Whether you go 2-2 in baseball and have some dogs and make $45, would you?" And I say this all the time, Chad. Would you, if you saw $45 on the ground walking out of the store, you'd pick it up and
Yep.
wouldn't say, you're not gonna complain, like, I don't want that. That's stupid. I want to make 4,500 today. I need
Yeah.
700 a day.
Book a
Good
win.
day. Card team total versus Miami tomorrow against the Fish. I used to call them the Fish, Mike, and people respond to me like they're not fish, they're mammals.
The Marlins aren't mammals; they're fish.
Or no, when I called, I'm sorry. You know what? The Dolphins.
Dolphins are mammals. Yeah.
Yes, I called them the Fish.
And they're right, but who cares? They're called the Fish. So shut up.
Again, this game, I'm so torn because I want to take. I'm looking at my spots to take Miami now. I think you're losing 7, 8, maybe 9 in a row or more, but the 130 is not enough. It's not enough, and that bullpen for Miami looks terrible. So I don't hate this. What's this? What do you think this is? 4.5, 5? What is the total on this?
This game scares me. It's an 0-8 team with a home team against that team. Granted, they're 4-4. That's minus 140, minus 145. I think the line's about 20 cents lower than I expect.
Yes.
So that's scary to me. So this game is stay off. I think they're better. I think there are better spots. Not many. Tomorrow's card I'm not in love with, but I guess that's a bet you can go with. But watch this game be low scoring and watch the Marlins win it. I mean, that's what this line's telling me.
I agree. I thought I was going to get 150, 155. And I'm like, I'll take the Marlins at 150. 130, it's not worth it. But again, it's one of those fishy lines like, it looks a little low. I got to take it. I can't. I know I'll be kicking myself if it happens, but Dodgers lay down and take. Come on. What do you? Like they weren't going to. Were they going to go 155-7, Nathan? Come on, Dodger fans. I said this in a little comment to Mr. Numbers, and I was like, he responded something like, "Oh, I was on like a 15-4," and he's like, "Well, everybody's winning," and he's like, and I know Mr. Numbers, and you know him. He's, he's a little sarcastic in his things.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm Bus. I said, I know I get that, Mr. Numbers. I said, but the thing is, people, they might be winning because they're taking the Dodgers. How'd the Dodgers do today? Imagine if you had the Dodgers today. And I'm going to take the Yankees. They lose. I'm going to double. I'm going to take the Braves. They lose. I got the Dodgers. All three of those guys. How many people got crushed today in moneyline parlays?
Yep.
Or straight up just, I'm going to bet on moneyline because they can't lose a game. As great as the Dodgers are, they're going to lose 55 games this year.
I don't know. Last year, the Dodgers run line was profitable, so I heard. But most years in the past 4 or 5 years, if you took the Dodgers on the money line every game,
you're a loser.
You're a loser.
Julian says, back to the well with the Oilers. I don't hate it.
I'm considering that play the first. I'm considering them somehow tomorrow.
Well, this was from. That was from a half hour ago, so I have no idea where that is. That's from 11.
It's 6-5. It's the bottom of the 7th, 1 out. LA has runners first and second. It's a close game, but Boston's up one run. 7th.
Joseph says, "What up, boys? Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it, Joseph. Please do, please do." Pirate spot was today with Jones.
Okay.
Again, but he's a young guy. Everybody's high on him after one start. I'm going to go with a guy who took his lumps last year, went to the minors, and came back dealing like he's Jim Palmer for like the champion Orioles. I mean, I need a little more from the Pirates. the Pirate spot are dog rolls for them. Forget about like the other day, like 150 favor over the Nats. I'm like, no way, you can't lay 150 with the Pirates. Come on.
Yeah, no.
But again, here back to this though, with the Pirates playing the O's. When are the O's going to get ever respect? Like 120 favorite on the road? 125?
Yeah.
130? This is a good team. All these guys do is win. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're going to win I was going to say the Super Bowl. They're going to win 90 something games, beat up all teams they're going to beat up, and then they're going to get into the playoffs and they'll play a 6-game or 7-game series versus a good team and see what happens. Where's the respect? Yotes tied it up.
Did the Angels hit a grand slam, or did they just I see runners first and third, they tied it up. How could they have hit a grand slam? Did I miss something? Are you player prop king? Are you getting infected? You know what I mean by that is someone coming in the chat and saying something that didn't happen.
No, but they could have hit a grand slam last inning or something. You don't know.
Oh, they did. They tied it up. Yeah. Well, no. This is on the bottom. That's the newest comment. But it doesn't matter. We'll get there.
Can't back Martinez. You're not a backer of Nick Martinez. I'm going to agree with you. I don't want to back. The same thing here. They had. You're talking about the Reds game here. Because it's
Nick Martinez is hot garbage too, but I don't know.
Yeah, Gaspin's a better pitcher, Julian. Yep,
yeah,
better pitcher. Yep,
one of the best pitchers.
O's team total over 4.5. Yes,
I like that.
Off the game. I don't know which game, but you're off something. I'm a Philly guy. Falter is brutal with the Phillies last year, taking over 4.5 all day.
Yeah.
Angels tied it up again. This was from 12-24, so we're a little bit behind.
Now they tied it up again.
5-5. Over a Brewer game. See, I can't because I'm not sold on either of these lineups.
Oh,
Liking Rose that jumped in with Robert out. Heck, I like him with Robert in. Liston, good to see you, fella. I like the Royals lineup. That's why I like their over. And I like Cole Raggins. We got Cy Young Raggins. Brady Singer's a young guy I like as well. I like the lineup. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that here in this one. Waka, $2. He's a $2 favorite.
Yeah.
It's Michael Waka on there. Forget about it. It's Kansas City Royals.
Yeah.
P. Fatty. It's my guy. Jesse says, P. Fatty is so young, he just looks like he figured out. So far, so good. I mean, there's a one start this year, but Gaspin on the mound. Yes, player prop. You got to like him on the mound. Yamamoto on the mound tomorrow. The Cubs match. We kind of like the over. Dodgers over and game over.
Yeah.
Braves team total over tomorrow. Can't pass up Braves 4.5. I could still get it. I mean, the offense is what it is. I totally understand. But let's not sell short the Arizona offense against the guy who, again, was injured last year. I don't think they have him go deep into the game regardless. And I think the Strider news, if it's serious, you think this guy's going 7 innings, a 3-hit ball? And I saw the bullpen give up some runs. No, thank you. Give me P. Fatty as a big dog.
Yeah.
Braves are going to be 5.5. Same with Dodgers.
They were today. That's what they were today. And we got it barely.
The Braves were 5.5 today. They were minus 110.
I got him at plus 102, I think, or something. But and never in doubt, right? Shit. Extra innings. But I'm with the problem is I don't want to bet that game because I want to see how Pafart does. If he does well tomorrow, I'm going to change my mind. If he doesn't do well, I'm going to start fading him again.
So this is my my guy sends me from, I guess he's at Walmart or wherever. Sends me WKRP in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Like, well, what kids born in 2006 are watching that? That's the kind of stuff my kids grew up with here.
Yeah.
Locking in with the King is in the house. We got a lot going on tomorrow. Great analysis. A lot of stuff going on, Mike. Yes, we do. Here we go. Tigers, A's, Nerfy. You love your Nerfies. I am not a Nerfy guy. But that is not a bad spot. I don't want to – no problem doing any kind of Tiger A's Nerfy, no matter who's pitching, because I think the bats are so bad. Dodgers team total 4.5. Exactly. We've said that since opening day.
Yep.
Gio, our guy. He knows us all. Invaluable appreciate. I appreciate you. I know Dave does as well. That says you would have stepped over $10 bill if you found it on the street, Higgies. You wouldn't exactly. Nobody is. But the funny thing is, listen, people come and complain. That's not a good day. I don't know. No one's stepping over. Again, you pick up. If you saw two singles on the ground, someone would pick it up. I don't understand. People, it's the whole TikTok, IG nonsense. Like, oh, look at this. I saw something, and I didn't have TikTok. Came across like Instagram Reels. Some cat, and it was like, follow my Discord, and it was like just like a big stack of cash, and I got the win. Like, come on, bro. I say this all the time. I could go. You want to see crazy $10,000, $20,000 tickets? I could do that because I could pull out. I could do both. Like I have cash, I could make both. That doesn't mean he's really winning that money. People, come on.
No, I mean,
Facts, says Julian. I just explained to someone who does parlays. The parlays. Best way to go 3-1. 14 parlay. I think we should take the people seriously who want to turn this into a job instead of working 9 to 5. A lot of people hear others' aspirations do it immediately. And it's not, you can't do this. It's not a get rich quick, man. It is as stupid as it sounds like, oh, I got to rise and grind. It is a grind. I mean, people might say I don't think it's easy. I don't have a team I work with. I'm a one-man band. I don't have databases. I'm like, I got to go to the lab and time. What the hell are you talking about, man? You get up, you stare at the screen all day. My head freaking hurts. My eyes twitches sometimes. It freaking gets crusty from staring at the freaking screens.
yeah.
Freaking 16 hours a day, 18 hours a day. I got you, Gio. Angel Sitter Grand Slam. Yep, that was from a while ago.
Yeah.
He could hit Grand Slam.
It's top of the 866. So that was a while ago. Yeah.
Over B-Hawk 7.5 in the Cubby game tomorrow. Good number. Excellent number.
It's a great number.
Dave says, thank you. Moneyline Markel's in house. Just bet the Orioles over 4.5. Yes. What book is Braves team total over 4.5? Not juice worse than minus 550. Seeing juice minus 550. I'm not telling you to lay 5. I'd rather just lay 5.5 and just if it's a loser, it's a loser. But I 150. I don't like laying 150s. That's just me. I know. Again, people win, and I'm not saying you can't win that way. And again, when I do like a run line at minus 130 instead of just laying a money line 130, I try to think I'm smarter. And last year it ended up cost me a winning baseball season because I did stupid stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying my way's right. It's just me. I'll pass. If it wins, I left money there. That's fine. I'll get it somewhere else. I'll get it over here. But I can't do one. I just feel like, and I've said this before. I think I said it in your show as well, Dave. If you come into like a show, any kind of free pick show, and somebody's giving out like minus 240 faves, or hey, we're gonna take Georgia today. They're laying 34.5 to Missouri. Like, is that? I mean, I think anybody could kind of come up with that kind of game. Hey, we're gonna take the Bucks. Did the Bucks cover? You know what? Speaking of which, did Milwaukee cover their 17-point spread today?
Oh,
did the Bucks cover?
Oh no, yeah, I saw that too.
The Bucks lost. They lost outright. They were 17-point favorites this morning. And I said, someone's going to take Milwaukee in here minus 17. It was, I don't want to throw Nick Nasty out there. They were asking about NBA. I said, listen, I don't want to do any NBA right now because I got teams tanking. Toronto lost by like 60 the other day. They just won. They were a 17-point underdog today, won outright on the road.
Milwaukee's Spurs won outright today as a double-digit dog too. I had them too. It's all mayhem right now.
Toronto. The Bucks are 15-16. Remember, like, oh, this guy can't coach. He was 30-15 when they fired him. This guy comes in, he's 15-16, and this is what the third game they lost as a double-digit fave in the last week.
Yeah.
Hold on, right? Minus 4. It was 14. It says 14. I know it was 17. They were 12-point favorite against Memphis, loser. 12.5-point favorites at Washington, loser. I mean, are you kidding me?
It's the worst time to bet. The worst time is the very beginning and the very end. Playoffs, I like betting. You have to be really
Charlotte home dog 12.5. Like people were running to bet the Magic today.
Yeah.
Holy cow! But Boston laying 10, win by 1.
Yeah.
Look at this. New Orleans lose outright, double digits at home. Unbelievable. People are probably crying, going to bed crying tonight between the Yankees, Braves, and Dodgers all losing, and then the Bucks, New Orleans, Magic, all losing outrights. Oh my goodness, people are the calls to the suicide hotline got to be going through the roof. But what were you gonna say?
No, I'm laughing at something coming up. You'll see it.
All right, good decision. Money on Michael Fulter's not an MLB worthy pitcher. Wordy, James Wordy. I can't find it either. Stop Gio for the total.
Yeah.
Wes Curry.
Here we go.
What are you going to do the day after nuclear detonates in Chicago in a short trade nuclear bombs between Russia and the U.S. destroys New York City and the New York Stock Exchange? Well,
it gets better. Just keep going with him. Just.
You shall be tempted with $32,523 to be branded with a barcode called the Omni mark. Well, I wouldn't take 32 grand because I got more that's sitting right next to me right now. So does it keep going?
Well, a couple comments and it keeps going. This is good.
All right, Nerfy Yanks. Well, hold on. Should I address the comments as they come up?
Yeah.
All right. So listen. So I'm down in Texas. So
in Chicago, of all places. That's where it's going to detonate, in Chicago.
That's fine. That place is a dump. They got crappy pizza, and so I don't mind. They're crap pizza and they're stupid hot dogs. Goodbye. Yeah. New York and the New York Stock Exchange, whatever. Listen, I like gold more than stocks anyway, so I don't mind
Short
about
trade
that.
of nuclear bombs between Russia and U.S. What the fuck?
Would I feel bad because I got Jersey peeps? I'm a Jersey guy, Wes. Yeah, but that's the life living over there. You know, you live by New York. Now, 32K again. I got double that within arm's reach of me, cash money. So I don't care about 32,000. That's no, thank you. Tell the vision of Jesus you shall not need the mark. I'm not taking the mark of that. Absolutely. So no, yes, that's not happening. I pray now to you and only you. Would you put all those mouths the taste of honey, even do so in this very minute? Amen. Hold on. Jeez, I pray now to you and only to you. Would you put in all those mouths the taste of honey? I don't understand the taste of honey. I don't.
He's talking. Okay. This is a deal. So, by the way, I'm not laughing. Some of the stuff I think is legitimate, just personal beliefs, and I have some religion in my life. But this is This is what you call a doomsdayer, and you randomly get spammed. He's talking in tongues? Like,
I was gonna say, is this Mike POD coming in and trolling us with his?
No. This is actually someone that probably found the channel. But taste of honey would be like the right way of doing things, or like mercy or something. That's just the way these people talk.
All right, I've never heard that expression. I've gone to try. I've never heard taste of. I don't even like honey, but I got a 10-gallon. I got a 10-gallon barrel of honey in my doomsday bunker. Yeah. Wesley, thanks for popping in. Feel free to come and talk. Listen, you want to talk crazy doomsday? I'll you know what? Hold on a second. Hold on one second. I gotta pull something up real fast. I gotta see what it is exactly before I read it off here.
Okay.
Here we go. Order confirmed. So I'm gonna put something in the chat here. And then I have to bypass everybody to pull it up. All right, so I just ordered these things for myself.
Why?
Huh? Well, you never know. A nuclear bomb could go off. So.
In Chicago or in Houston. Okay, there you go.
You never know. So I ordered a bunch of these. So we just talk about that. So that's what I would do if a bomb goes off. I got CM tactical gas masks.
You know, if a bomb goes off when I'm going, I'm finding out where it's hitting, and I'm going, take me. That's what I'm doing.
Doc Rivers, most overrated coach. Yeah, more like Choke Rivers. He is 15-16 again, 3 straight double. Could you imagine the clowns? Like again, I really don't thought other cappers kind of names a lot, whether they're friends of mine or people I know, respect, or joke kind of people, right? We kind of really don't mention names, but I do mention Vegas Dave because this is like a Vegas Dave move. Like, how many people have been like doubling up on Bucks money line? Like, we're gonna get it back, baby. This game will not lose. It will.
Mike, I'm with you. I think he's super overrated. I said he should have been selling oranges by the freeway a long time ago.
FanDuel still holding on Dodgers team total play. Shocker.
Here we go.
Look at this guy, Brandon. Where the heck have you been, fella?
Comes on my show a lot.
Where have you been? I've not seen this guy in ages. I was looking for you at the rodeo. You said you're going to the rodeo. I'm looking around. I'm like, I'm here, Brandon. Where are you? No one answered me. Where have you been? Anybody in the chat knows I kind of know everybody's name who comes in, everyday people who've been in here for the last months, years. I've been doing the show. Brandon's one of them. So I always worry when I don't see somebody. I am good. I'm glad to see you. Hope all is well. Jesse Schultz says, "How about Ross saying step in front of a team is a new saying only that Sean and I use? That's only Sean uses and I copied him." So Harvey Keitel, Dave, did you see the picture somebody posted? I retweeted. Someone said Ross looks like Harvey Keitel.
You did say that. I remember that. I guess. I mean,
so I'm always like, I'm not going to step in front of a team that's wrong like that. And then he said today to Jesse, and then I got booted. I didn't get booted off the show. The internet went out, and he's like, "Oh, that's a new term." I'm like, "It's a new term." Step in front of it. You think that's a newer term, Dave? Have you heard that before?
No, I don't step in front of the train or step in front of a team. I mean, yeah, it's a thing. But he's arguing that he came up with that.
No, he's saying that like I kind of started. Like he never. I guess he never heard that term before.
I mean, you maybe, but
I thought that was kind of a common kind of thing. I'm not gonna get in front of a.
Yeah, step and get might be the two different verbs.
Yeah,
but it's the same meaning,
Brandon said, "Sorry, we were busy. Had to work." I get it, Brandon. I work. Okay. You got to work. But listen, I appreciate you back. Thanks for popping in. You know that. I bring up all types of folks who I don't see for a while, and I'm like, gee, I wonder where they are. I hope everything is all right with them. I wonder what went on for the just stop coming in out of the blue. Like you ever wonder that, Dave? Like you got people coming in your chat, right? You've been doing your show for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you've had people
who have disappeared completely, and then come back.
I'm not even talking about like some kind of like a person come in and be like, "Oh man, you stink. You're
no people I remember because they're nice, and
exactly. Like I'm not talking about some random guy who comes in like you're terrible and never comes back. I mean, people come in, you see them often, and all of a sudden they disappear. Like how do you just never come back into show after a year?
Well, people go through different things. I have one right now, and I'm not going to say who he is, but there's one on my channel, and actually on other channels. He's on a bunch of other channels. I haven't seen him for a long time, and I'm worried about him. But that's because he's kind of nuts. But either way,
yeah. Like I always like, man, what happened to somebody? Like you always fear the worst. Like not that you see me or they see you or whoever. You're here all the time, but you see the same names and you have conversations with people and how and all of a sudden they just like, did you just stop betting? Is it because you were at a spot where, again, some places still have the COVID lockdowns, I guess, or whatever. And were you just online all the time? Now are you out and about, working and you're just outside and you're not online? I don't know. I always think like, boy, I hope everything's all right with that. Did they get buried? Did they get hit? Did they die?
Yeah, I thought that about a couple people recently, actually. But Dale Fix says if you don't see him for more than a week, he's dead. There you go. How's Tim and Nick? Tim lacks commitment, so he doesn't do night shows. And what I mean by that is he works early in the morning. And then Nick is helping family move today, so he wasn't on the show, the other
show. Doc Rivers would shoot the Sixers up. Nurse. Yeah, Nurse is a good coach. Again, you got a problem with Embiid being healthy. That's the thing. Tim and Nick are good, as Dave just said.
Yeah.
We're all hanging in, Brandon. And again, you come in, you comment. If you count, especially Dave will tell you, people come in, they comment. We remember people's names. Peter Puck, I don't remember, but he likes Alabama money line. Now, that's a kind of a little big ball play there. I get it, right? If you're going to take a dog, why not win? I don't hate this because I like the points with Alabama because I think they're going to be able to make some threes because the coach basically said, hey, we're not going to do Illinois and run at the Cleons and have this guy just throw our ball into the fourth row. So they're going to fire threes. And you know what? They hit a few of them. They're going to get in this 11.5. I do like the UConn team total over too. So I'll go Alabama with the points. Listen, money line, nice payday. As much as I'm a dog guy, I want to take that kind of stuff. Uh, I don't know if that's a smart one here. I'm going to take the 11.5. Maybe it's a 5-point game. I think Bama's going to score, hit some threes, get up tempo. UConn team total over. I don't know, man. 79-70. Sign me up. You know,
I got a I'm only probably betting one play tomorrow. I mean, I'll find a way on the first game, the NC State game, but I have a player prop in the UConn game, and it's my only bet in the game. And I'm going to do a free pick video on it, so you can watch it. It's going to be free, but I would like you to watch the video, and I like to play.
I'm gonna have to watch it because I don't. It's tough enough doing kind of like RBI props. I like RBI props in baseball.
Yeah.
So I think
this one seems like a note where the number is. I need to see where the numbers. It seems like a no-brainer with how I think that one of these teams is going to play. So
I'm going to tell you one. I did a show earlier tonight. I do on Friday nights with Tooch and Pounded Sports, Anthony.
Yeah.
And Tooch came out with a player prop. Huh?
Yeah, with you. I've been on a show with them with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So we were doing a show and we are giving that to play. And I said, I like Alabama. And Ant grabbed the under he liked. Tooch came out with, and again, I'm not ever looking at any college basketball prop. Like football, college football. That's something I'm looking at. That's no thank you. He had an 80 over 1.5 assists. And he had won the last 2 games, but the 8 before that he had 2 or more in all those games. And his premise behind it was like, hey, he's got the big guy on him, right? They're going to collapse. Why wouldn't he pass out? Like he's not, he's got a guy, he's got a big body on him. It's not a string bean on him. He's got a guy who could body him a little bit. Let me kick it out to an open guy, right? They're going to go inside to the big boy, collapse down. He kicks out, and the guy. I mean, think about.
It could happen.
Come down.
It could happen. I think what I thought.
I thought I was like, what? That is not a bad one. I thought about it for a second. I'm like, I kind of like that.
It's one of two things. It's either that happens, or because this guy, this chubby boy. Granted, they have chubby boy and diarrhea, as I call him, diarrhea and
diarrhea.
What's his name? Jones, or I forget the guy's name. Burns, right? Burns. Yeah. Anyway, the guy, he's dominant, but what? He's 6'8". This guy's 7'4". He's going to have to rely on his size. I think that he fouls the shit, even accidentally, out of Edey. It's either if Edey keeps the ball, Edey's going to have a ridiculous time at the line, or Edey might bend to pressure. People are talking about as mental. He might bend to pressure, and that assist might be good. He might kick it out the whole time, because we all know that not only is Edey good, but they have 3 3-point shooters that are over 45% from beyond the arc, 44%. Yeah,
exactly. So that's what his thing was. He's like, hey, they collapse, he kicks out, they drill a 3. I don't, it's tough to say either. The guy went 40-16, 27-14. I mean, where's the pressure on this guy?
Well, that big boy is going to belly up with him.
Yes,
he's going.
And I think it's going to come down to, and this is why I don't have a side on this game yet, because I kind of want to take the points, but on the flip side, I'm like, I think Purdue could run them out of the building because, let's be honest, out of all the teams here, Purdue and UConn in the championship game, pretty much people thought that maybe Houston gets in there, but they were pretty much the 3 best teams all year. Alabama, as great offensively they were, people were worried about their defense. No one had NC State in the tournament, for the love of God, right?
NC State is last year's FAU. They went all the way to the Final Four, and they get booted. And everyone, this is what I said. The first game when they won, I said, I'm off them. I made a mistake with FAU last year. I won Texas, Miami, SDSU, UConn. We smashed last tournament. This year, I said I'm off NC State. I think it's going to be the same. I think they don't cover. I think they get blown out. I mean,
they have no depth, and I think it comes down to really. How are they calling? I said in your show, how are they calling this game? You're going to know in the first few minutes. Are they going to let him play? And if they let him throw 290 pounds on this guy, it's going to be a game. It'll be a game because they'll let him play. If it's going to be like, foul, push off, foul, and this guy's got 2 fouls in the first 6 minutes, it is Purdue in a rout.
They're going to do that. I don't think the NCAA wants NC State in the. I mean, if there's a conspiracy, you know what I'm saying? He's going to get his fouls. I'm telling you. I think this guy is.
I don't even. How can people a conspiracy? They are 35-4, Purdue, right?
Yeah.
4 losses, 2 of my OT. How's a conspiracy that they're going to get to? Is that conspiracy all season long?
No. I mean, the refs
the fouls?
controlling anything. Yeah.
No, I know. I mean, but people say that like, oh, the NCAA. Yeah. They willed them to a 33-4 record with 2 overtime losses.
Yeah.
They could literally be 35-2.
Yeah.
Come on. I mean, they're a good team. Brandon says, thanks, Astros today, 10-2 final. Yes, not a good day for Houston. How about Brandon? Sunday, tomorrow, Verlander pitching Space Cowboys. There you go, Space Cowboy action down in Sugarland. Great MLB plays tomorrow, guys. Great analysis. Let's get that O's team total over. Yes, sir, Michael. Chop kicks. UConn can outclass Bama. Just don't think they can hang with them for 2 halves. That's the thing. UConn kind of like lulls you to death. Like it's like paper cutting you. Like they'll play your game, but people say they're efficient. Yeah, it's ridiculous. They're so efficient. Like the other teams pace them to 50 and they're scoring 77. It's ridiculous.
That's why Alabama cannot, and this has to do with the prop that I have, which by the way, Jesse's getting to it. It's not an Alabama prop. It's the other way. If Alabama does not hit their threes, they get crushed.
Yes.
Crushed. They've got to shoot like 45% from 3. They have to tomorrow to keep up.
Yeah. 79-70 Alabama. See, I think it's going to be around this kind of score. Yeah. Someone wins. I mean, would it shock me if Alabama wins? Not really. I wouldn't really be totally shocked. I mean, maybe a little bit because maybe the defense comes to play. Or unless they're just going to outplay them and it's going to be 102-97, like something ridiculous. Because I don't know if UConn wants to get into that game. I know they've had some higher scoring games. I don't think they want to play that game. I think they want to be able to kind of D up and just win 77-65 or something like that, Chop kicks. Hoping for a good game. I think we'll get a good game. If anything happens, it'll be late pull away by the teams. Or in UConn's case, it could be 35-11 at the half if Alabama's not shooting well. I mean, you're going to know early. Jay says, don't tell me you're back on ban at Draymond threes in a football stadium. UConn first half, says Nathan Cerna. Edie going to the line every time somebody looks at him. I don't know about that.
I kind of lean that way, actually, but we'll see.
Chop kicks. I like chop kicks. That's a good little name. Chop kicks. NC State plus points, UConn first half spread.
Not bad.
Simran Basra all in on Phillies and KC tomorrow. All right, let's get back to some MLB. Is for me. So KC laying a $1.90 with Waka. That is way out of my comfort zone for sure. No way I want to lay a 190 with Waka. And again, Ranger Suarez. You want to lay 175 with Ranger Suarez?
I'm
no Jake Irvin guy. 175 on the road. I don't want to lay that with Garrett Cole.
Speaking of 175, who won that? Fucking flashlight. Who won the Coyotes game? VGK. Let's look it up.
The Yotes. Let me see.
So here's the deal. We got an argument.
7-4.
Remember that whole minus 175 talk we were talking about? Take the VGK, take VGK. This is why you don't take a minus 175.
Who said to take it? I thought everybody was on the Yotes.
That's a whole deal. We'll talk. When you come on the show next time, Mel will be there. I'm going to rub this in her face. Sorry, Mel.
No. We were talking Arizona because I was like, I like Arizona today with Mike.
It was before you guys got there. We had a whole falling out. Anyways, ha. Coyotes win.
Brandon says, Dave, did Houston Cougars win yesterday?
What?
No, they are out.
I was going to say, what, baseball? I don't know.
Julian, have a good one.
See you, buddy.
Come back, fella. Chop kicks. Very true. Russell call this game. Jesse says, Dave's right. Follow the money. UConn Purdue is what people
Nathan.
want to pay to see. Purdue is so ref dependent. How can you say that? Dave just mentioned you got 3 guys. The refs aren't helping them shoot threes. The refs don't let the guy be 7-4. I mean, look at the total body of work. And I was the first to say that Purdue was going to get knocked off by Kansas or Gonzaga. And then that game came. I'm like, you know what? I had Purdue over Gonzaga. They showed the heart versus Tennessee. They were down, came back, took a lead, gave it back, were down, came back, won, covered. I don't know, man. This team, they got 9 wins against the Sweet 16 teams. They beat everybody. Tennessee twice, Gonzaga twice, Marquette twice. All Sweet 16 teams beat them twice. Beat Illinois twice. Beat Arizona. I mean, everybody in front of them. So that's a bad take. I was not high on Purdue. I liked UConn, NC, and Arizona. I thought those were, and I put Purdue on the peripheral. I'm like, I don't know how they're going to be if they have the mental makeup, or they're going to collapse when things got tough because they're going to flash back to losing a 15 seeds or whatever. They're on a mission. I mean, look at the season. They haven't been on. The rest have not been in their pocket since the Maui Invitational.
They have what you want. They have the most. They have a typical or atypical. This is when I say typical. This is back when we were watching a '90s typical big man that's unstoppable. That's bigger than everyone else. And then they have 3 outside shooters that are like Ray Allen, Reggie Miller, and whoever else. Larry Bird. Not that good, but you know what I'm saying.
Seth Curry.
Seth Curry. Yeah. They're just on offense. They're hard to beat.
Brandon's heading to Little Rock, Arkansas tomorrow.
All right, good. Well,
have a safe trip. Peter Puck says Reds run line. They will not go 0-11 runners to score position tomorrow. Terrible. I had the Reds again. Same reason why I was thinking about taking Oakland today. Ended up taking Oakland run line winner. I took the Reds on a money line short fave. Double header for the Mets. I didn't want anything to do with them. Definitely don't want to be involved with the Mets again tomorrow. I'm not a Met guy, but Nick Martinez. Do I want to be a Nick Martinez?
No. By the way, Red Sox win
8-6.
Sorry. Yeah.
Alabama has to score 100 points to even compete. UConn won't let it happen. I don't know. I think Alabama's going to score some points here. Oh, that's hot. That was not us. That was not
Brandon
us,
Shoots
not
being
tomorrow,
Brandon
on
Shoots.
Sunday. I know. I'm just rereading it. Yotes win 7-40. Yotes. They scored 6 in the third period. Oh, my
Jesus Christ.
Oh, my goodness. 4-1-6 in the third.
So Nathan took the minus 175, and I guess I shouldn't have scolded him, but I said, like, I don't think that's a smart bet, minus 175, but I always say that. And then someone else came to his defense and went off, and it was just dumb. But anyway, I'm sorry you lost your bet, buddy.
Oh, my goodness. They were again, here we go, though, a 180 road fave. I don't care what the sport is. I can't get behind it. I can't. Man, how about tell me you took them in regulation? I'd say I could live with that one.
Yep. Or
now you got to win 2 to make up for this one.
Yeah.
No, I mean I like Alabama. I'm not telling you to sprinkle the money line. Purdue's very good from outside, but you can't even breathe on Edie. I hope NC State outright, but I'm wrong with the points. I'm torn on it. I'm torn. You've heard my thoughts on this. I just didn't like to bet at those odds. Someone else went off.
No.
Why is it coming up twice there?
Because you have multiple channels running.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
I had Gonzaga beating them as well. Yeah, I thought Gonzaga or Kansas, I thought maybe they'd have a little mental breakdown. Did not happen. No, Vander's pitching on Sunday. Todd Palmer actually said, yeah, he's pitching Sunday, Vander. I meant today because it's Saturday night. It's Friday night, but Saturday morning. So I know Sunday. My son's going to the game over there. He's going. Bigger than the Diesel, 7'4" Yeti Edie. 7'4". He's like Mark Eaton.
Yeah, he's like Ralph Sampson.
He's not skinny. That's Wemby's like Ralph Sampson, 7'4" skinny guy. Reds effed you up, yeah. Yeah, Reds killed us. Yeah. As they say, they sold the bag? That's what Dave's favorite guy says. Stole the bag.
No.
Monday, I'll be in Red Rock, Arkansas. So Little Rock and Red Rock. Interesting. Dane says, what is your best bet?
Here we go.
Yeah, we were just talking about this.
Yeah.
Or maybe earlier in the show. I'm going to say Gausman in Toronto. I like Toronto. I'm going with Gausman. It's either that or Arizona. There are only 2 bets I made. Space City. Yeah, ridiculous. Space City. They're not in space. It's fake. It's new. It's filmed by Dave's house in Arizona.
Was
or New Mexico? Where was the moon landing filmed?
Oh, don't get out of here. Here we go with this. We're not doing this.
We're almost done. We got 3 comments left. Then you get out of here.
Yeah.
Winnipeg Jets are 10-0 in day games. And while they're 0-6 as dog. So Winnipeg is the game tomorrow?
Yeah.
Winnipeg and a pick 'em. Minus 120.
It's a tough time of year with a team that's going to the playoffs and a team that's not. It's just this is tough too. This is just like basketball. Tread lightly with these hockey games.
Yeah, I'm not interested. I mean, I'll grab the Melly Mel told me to take the King, so I did.
Yeah, Mel's. Yeah.
Any Nerfy or Yerfies catch your arse tomorrow? Like a Cardinals, Marlins. Oh my god, no. No, Nerfy. Not for that game. If I want to do a Nerfy, I would go to the Yankees Nerfy because I got an ace for us, and I got a guy who's all right with the Yanks versus Toronto hasn't hit. So I think Toronto goes down 1-2-3, and I think Gaspin could take care of business himself. Yankee Nerfy for me. And I would actually probably say, if you want a yeser, I got to go to the White Sox. I mean, Chris Flexion's on the hill. I got to say yes to a Yerfy there.
I don't get into that until I get a little bit more data. I was on Dodgers Yerfies like crazy middle end of last year. I'd say that the Yerfy there or the Yerfy and the Orioles Pirates.
Yeah,
that's where I'd go. But you're gonna get it's gonna be juiced.
Brandon says Toronto Blue Jays won. Shout out the Yankees. Yeah, they shut them out. Yanks aren't a good team. Nick Nancy agrees with Toronto. What's your lock? Is he joking? He knows better to say lock. Right?
Dale's joking. Yeah.
NC State. Hold on. Let me pull out. I got the locks right next to me.
You guys are saying all bad words, guys. 4-letter words. Yeah, there's a fucking lock.
There's the lock. There you go. Peter Puck says, my name is Peter Puck for a reason. I love it, Peter Puck. Peter Puck, I don't know how you found me. Maybe you're watching Dave's show and came over to my channel because I definitely remember Peter Puck. I like the name. And you got Winnipeg. I'm writing it down. Pen is that, Peter Puck, because I'll follow you, especially with hockey playoffs coming. I don't pretend I know hockey. I win a little bit somehow. I don't pretend I'm some kind of super duper hockey guy. So if you want to share, I'm all for learning and telling you if you win. Do I like the Blue Jays run line? I mean, at this point, with the way they hit, I'd just be happy with a win. So I'm not going to get greedy and go a run line on Toronto. What time is he going on Sunday? I don't know what time the game is. I told him he's going with his buddy and his buddy's dad. And I think they have season tickets. So I'm sure he's going to go a little early because there'll definitely be a line for Verlander.
They're going to kidnap him?
I don't know. What?
Just kidding.
Oh, Verlander?
No, Brandon Shoots.
Oh, yeah. Good luck.
Yeah, I was going to say he's a big boy.
You know what? I said to him the other day, I was like, he was kind of roughing and housing a little bit. I'm like, he's starting to get some. His arms are pretty. I mean, he's just big. It's not like he's not ripped, but he's got probably 20-inch arms. I'm like, oh, you're getting kind of strong a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
So now he's like, yeah, I'm on creatine now. He's taking creatine. I'm like, well, that's fine, Dan. I said, why don't you go into the garage and hit the weights? You know, take the 25-pound barbells upstairs, and instead of putting your hand in the chips, just when you're playing on a game, just do curls, do 10, and then switch arms, just do 10. You could do, 500 curls sitting there. But he won't do that. Chopstick says, Gats going Yankees works.
I know it doesn't matter.
Go ahead. What works?
Creatine's to rebuild. So if you don't, creatine's not just take it and sit down. Creatine's does two things. One is it lets you do more reps, and two, it heals you. It heals the rips in your. So you have to exercise with creatine.
Yeah. Another under Yankees, Blue Jays 6. It's 6.5 tomorrow. Oh my goodness. That could get there by accident. First 5 under Jays and Spankies 5.5. Again, I'm all for that because I think the Jays can't hit and the Yanks are going to have problems with Gaspin, but that is way too low for those teams because the Yanks are a team that could Soto, Judge, and Stanley could go back to back in the first inning, and then you're dead in the water.
I'm looking it up right now. I don't.
Peter Puck, what's it? NFL? Peter Puck likes Winnipeg, and there it is. Winnipeg Jets money line.
No. Toronto, New York is an 8 or an 8.5.
Nathan says that curl 45s. I mean, they're
okay. That's cool.
45s.
That's
I don't
big.
even know what
That's.
I tell him he's a big cat. I'm like, you don't have to. Like you're not trying to get any bigger to my guy. He's already big. He's 300 pounds. I mean, he's got he's a big kid. He doesn't need to be yoked out. He's just got to just be strong.
Yeah.
Like, isn't it? What is it? The high? I don't even know how it works. Is it the higher weight gets you?
You have more
Builds
mass on you.
mass. Like you more less weight is
Mass is
cutting.
higher. Yeah, mass is more weight, more weight and less reps is mass. Lower weight with a lot of reps is cutting. What he really needs. I mean, I'll be honest with you. This is what I mean, and this is something I'm doing. I gained a bunch of weight, but when I was doing stuff, do like a jail workout. I mean, and he has access to weights and stuff. But if he's inside watching TV or a movie, do 25 body squats, do 20 push-ups, do 25 bodies, use your body weight. And what that'll do is that'll the fat will be burned. You're not going to be getting bigger, but he doesn't need to. And that's toning the muscles.
That's all I told him. I said, you saw me. I said, you're old enough to remember me at 40 when I went to the gym. And all I did, planks, burpees, medicine ball stands, like stupid weights, like, and cardio kick class, like just resistance training, push-ups. That's all I did. And I wasn't shredded, but I had a 38-inch waist at 270, bro. I was, it was like a solid piece of meat. And it was all push-ups and burpees, 90% of my workout. And I did a spin class. Rarely weights, medicine ball slams. The best thing for you.
Get strength bands. I did P90X back in the day with just strength bands. I was 6'2", 215 pounds, and I could take off my shirt and people would be impressed. But weights are a whole different thing. I don't know. I think it's so easy nowadays if you are sitting at home watching TV to just do some, like, if he wants to trim down a little bit, just sit and do 25 squats, sit down, 25 squats, works your whole body weight. He's got 300 pounds. I mean,
it's simple. And then when you drop down and do a push-up or a burpee plank or something, I mean, like, you're using your own weight.
Yep.
It's better than any weight bench.
Well, it's easier and cheaper to go to the gym.
I crawl 15s. Pretty good.
Whatever. It's all good.
Next to girl. Brandon says, do you have the pan out? Still wipe down Astros, Tigers, Astros and Texas Rangers for today's game. It starts with, all right. Do you want me to write down the pen? The pen is out. So you like the Astros today?
The pen is my
6'2", 3 bills, Nathan.
That's what I weigh.
Less weight, more reps. Detroit Nerfy to start the day. A's, Tigers, Nerfy. You know what? I'm not going to say no to that. Of course, the diet's always a problem.
Of course.
I mean, you can't sit around and just eat. That's my thing, because I'm a big bread guy. And I cook a lot of chicken and stuff like that. But it's the bread. All right. Hour and 30 minutes because Dave came in tonight.
Sorry, guys.
Nice of him to stop by. Diamondbacks got funny on it. Thankfully, I got 2.5 plus 2.5 minus 130. You needed every bit of it.
Yeah, really.
All right. I'm out of here. Dave's going to go because I'm going to end the show because he can't stay around if the show's over. He could just sit in the back and look nice for me. Maybe take off his shirt, show me his ripped abs. Midday money tomorrow. Midday money. I'll be back. Hope to see you. Thanks for popping in.